Hey, what's up everybody? So, long story short, I went to Switzerland for a week and it was kind of awesome. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about our week there. Hopefully this won't take too long. So like I said, we were there for a week. We were actually there on a retreat, so we didn't travel around Switzerland. We were only in one place the whole time. It's actually right near the city of Interlaken, except it was up on the mountain in this little town called Beatenberg, where everything closes at 5 in the evening. But it was nice, I liked it up there. I think staying in a little, not so touristy town like that gave us a better Swiss experience than staying in the city might have. The first thing I need to address about our trip is that the German they speak in Switzerland is in fact not German at all. Wow, I had autofocus turned off. I am such a genius. But yeah, the German they speak in Switzerland, it's like what Germans might call it redneck German. It's so bad. In the city it's okay, you know, the accent isn't too bad in like big stores in the city, but if you get up in those little towns, I seriously understood nothing a lot of the time. It was pretty bad. So, Monday, we got there, we hung out, took a little hike, went to this weird dragon made out of wire. Yeah, we didn't do much on Monday. We actually showed up at the place we were staying pretty late in the day, so we didn't have much time. But Tuesday was a different story. Tuesday, I went on the most awesome death march through the Alps of my life. I discovered that hiking is way more fun when there's a high risk of injury or death. I kinda grew up in Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm not gonna lie, it is beautiful there. You can hike up to the highest peak in North Carolina and just look over this wave of blueness, or red, orange, and yellow, purple, brownness, depending on what time of year. And it looks great. It really does. It's quite breathtaking. But even though I'm only 16, I don't really see how any hike is ever going to top the one I took in the Alps. Unless I go on another hike through the Alps next year, in that case maybe. But it was just incredible. I don't think I've ever been to a more beautiful place in my life, and if the US ever completely collapses, you'll find me there in Switzerland, just hanging out on a mountain like a goat, greatest of all time. I really wanted to go parasailing until I realized that it costs like 150 euros. That's the cheapest price. Oh, and if you want to learn to parasail and get your license here in Germany, yeah, that's gonna cost you 2,000 euros for a week of classes. And then you'll have to pay another 2,000 euros to get the gear. And then you have to get 40 hours of parasailing in before you get your license. Why does it have to be cloudy and the light shifts every 3 seconds when I'm filming? Every day. Ugh. But yeah, the hike was fantabulous. We stopped, actually, for lunch at this old, abandoned cable car thing right on the side of the mountain. Hadn't been used since shortly after World War II. But it was interesting. We had a quick lunch, and packed back up and came down the mountain. Tried to ride some cows.
Oh, you're making friends with it. Now you gotta grab it by its horns.
Oh, dude, I don't think it likes you. It doesn't like it.
One guy in our group actually did succeed for a second.
Go!
Just so you know, cow riding is definitely on my agenda if I go back next year. Wednesday, I would have liked to do nothing because my legs hurt like crazy. But did I do nothing? No, I went on another hike. I burned so bad. But yeah, we decided to just, you know, hike up the side of a mountain, totally casually. Thankfully, it only took like 45 minutes, and it was worth it because of the way we went down the mountain. Now those things were cool. They were like mountain scooters. And these things picked up so much speed, so fast that you basically had to ride the brakes all the way down the mountain. Thankfully none of us wiped out. It would have been really easy to do if you weren't careful, and it would have hurt, but thankfully none of us did.
There goes old lead bottom branch.
So that was our insane scooter ride down the mountain. Oh, and on our way back, we found this little backyard full of bunnies and a goat.
Mr. Goat, what are you doing? Are you from Goat Simulator? Are you stuck? I'm gonna poke your hoof. Poke. Mr. Goat, stop munching and come get rubbed on your head. Hi! Come here. Come here. Oh, you're going for the lilac bush again. I see how it is. Are you going to eat that entire bush all by yourself?
So many bunnies.
Now it was at that point on this evening, this lovely evening, that we discovered just how early things shut down in this tiny little town. Literally all but like 2, maybe 3 restaurants were closed. So I just walked into a bakery and feasted on a loaf of bread. That evening though, Wednesday evening, was really interesting because apparently this retreat that we were going to always coincides with a music fest that the locals of Beatenberg put on every year. So we got to go see that and it was fantastic. I mean, there were people playing those alpine horns, accordions, they had a choir of sorts, they had an entire band and really good noms. It was just an all-around very interesting experience. I spent the entire day working on a video. This had nothing to do with YouTube, but it was an hour long and I'm glad I got it done, but there were a lot of frustrating moments while editing that. I'm really glad I got it done though, because that gave me time when I got back to deal with the 3,000 pictures I took while I was in Switzerland. But even though most of Thursday wasn't very exciting, the night hours definitely made up for it. So a bunch of the youngins, including myself, went over to this big slip and slide. I didn't actually participate in the craziness, I just didn't feel like it, but it was pretty hilarious to watch.
Right, Joe! Hey, get there right now!
So after that I came back inside and, oh yeah, I didn't mention that the night before somebody had introduced me to Settlers of Catan. Not a good idea. Because then I proceeded to stay up till 3 a.m. playing it. I actually drank like 4 shots of espresso at 9 p.m. so that's why that actually worked. Otherwise I would have been like 1,000,000,000% dead. But it was so much fun. I had a genuinely awesome time just hanging out, and that was one of my highlights of the week. Sitting in a room playing a board game that I'm now addicted to. Friday morning was the day that just about everyone had to leave. Speaking of mornings, did I mention the view from this place? Yeah, it was incredible. So Friday was the day most of the people at the retreat left. We actually stayed another night because we booked our tickets for the next day. We actually went there by ICE, Intercity Express, which is pretty cool. I mean, I had never really been on a train like that before with the dining car and all, stuff like that. The dining car knobs are pretty expensive though. So since we had another day, Mom and I used the day to go check out Interlaken. It was a nice city. I mean, there were lots of watches. And if you never took logic class, let me just lay this one out for you. All dudes love watches. I am a dude. Hopefully there's no debate there. Therefore, I love watches. All right, class is over, bye. I mean, there was a watch or two down there that was a little bit out of my price range, but most of them were pretty affordable. Unfortunately, we didn't end up doing much while we were downtown. Our whole purpose for going downtown was to find this thrift shop, a secondhand shop that other people in our group had gotten amazing deals at. One person got a cowbell. Literally, I'm showing you in comparison to my face, just to give you an example. Compare things to my face. What? It was like this big around. It was the biggest cowbell I've seen in a while. And she got it for 70 francs. About 60 euros or 80 bucks. That is like better than any souvenir you could get at a souvenir shop. So we wanted to go find this place, but we wandered around a lot and could not find it. So in the end, we gawked at more watches than anything else. Oh, and we got freshly made chocolate.
It was so good.
It was, yeah, it was definitely, that's, what a wonderful, concise definition of the taste of Swiss chocolate. And we paid so much, but it was worth it. I mean, it was probably the equivalent of $2 for a piece about that tall and that thick. But like I said, this chocolate was Oh, and before I move on from talking about our time downtown, I must ask, is this the normal style in Switzerland? Sometimes I look at what some people wear and I can't even. Sometimes I can't even. So that was that. We came back from downtown, and as our last act as a family in Switzerland, we took a little hike up to a very cool peak. It was like chimney style, and you had to walk up these very steep ladder / staircase things to get to the top. But up at the top, they've got this nice viewing area. You can see more from there than anywhere else. So we got a nice family picture up there. There's actually a little guest book there that you can sign. It was really nice way to close off our week in Switzerland. So we went back, got some beauty sleep, woke up the next morning, packed our bags, and headed home. It was a great trip. I had so much fun. I'm definitely gonna try to go back next year. If I do though, I have to ride a cow. Or should I say I calf to ride a cow? Nobody? You're right, it's not funny. Oh, and by the way, we were there during that soccer match where France beat them 5-0. There was definitely much weeping and gnashing of teeth over that one. And at that, I'm gonna wrap up this video. And it went way longer than I wanted it to. But I hope you were entertained. Sorry I didn't actually vlog while I was in Switzerland, but I did want to get some video for you guys and just share with you what I was up to for a week. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Same out.